Welcome to another Houdini tutorial. Today we are going to make waterfall simulation, a waterfall effect. For this I am going to use a very simple cliff object. So for that let me just create a geometry node and let me just call this file node and open my cliff geometry. It's a very simple geometry. This. So this is our cliff. So water is going to come from this direction and going to fall in this direction. So now we are going to make, just name this as cliff. Now we are going to make source object for the cliff to generate water. For this let me just create a simple box object. This will be our source. And just select this to make like this. So make this of this size and not too long, not too short. Okay, this will be enough. Now we need flip tank for this. So for that we are going to come here this fluid or this particle fluids, and from here just create this flip tank. Okay, so for that we are going to create a long flip tank of this size. And for that list I think this is more than enough. Okay, this will be enough for this. And for water level we can increase this water level. Okay, and just save this because we are going to simulate this for a couple of times, so there is chances that file will crash, so we will save it time to time. Okay, now come to this clip solver and just decrease this narrowband value, and for this we are going to simulate at very low quality, then we will increase it. And I'm going to use volume solver and just use OpenCL so that it can simulate faster. And for source of this object let me just create source this. So select emit fluid, emit particle fluid, select this object, press enter, then select this flip tank, again press enter. Now it will generate water inside this flip tank. Okay, now you can see that. or if I simulate this, the water will start falling. Okay, now we need to collide this water with this cliff object. So for that we just go here and create collision, and for this I'm going to use terrain object. Select this and again press enter. Come to terrain object, select this, and you can check for collision. See, now it is like this, and we want like concave, and in RBD solver just increase its subdivision so that it has a little bit quality, and just close this. Okay, now it will collide with this water. See, now it is falling. So it will like so now it is falling in very uniform pattern, and if you want like in uniform pattern you can use this, but we want like little bit turbulent and include disturbance in the water. So for this we are going to use pop velocity. So go to this and use pop force and apply this in the velocity section, or particle velocity section, and here let me just increase its value 5, and that's enough. Now if we play this, it will have more turbulent kind of effect. See, now it has like variation, and if you want like more violent effect, you can always increase this value. See, now it has like broke all these sections, and if you want like more turbulent, it's still doing moving but not that fast. So what we can do here, we can come here and we can decrease this pulse length, and we can maybe increase a little bit turbulence on some size so that it has more violent and feel to it. Now it has some violent in it. Now you can see it has like little breaking happening. Let me adjust some settings here in flip initial. I think we need more depth in these, and okay. You can like decrease this shell thickness, it's too thick. We don't want that much thick. Okay, Now uh, simulate this simulation waterfall. This is falling fluid, and cache out this simulation because for next per simulation we are going to use white water to generate foam. So before that we need one more thing in flip solver. Just enable vorticity. This will help us to shader. It will help in making shader. So just enable this so it will hide these values also. So now you can see it's simulating, and if you want you can like open this flip tank. This it is like closed in all the direction. If you want we can open this on x axis, so we can open this on this axis, so it will open this. So it will mimic the flowing of water from up down then to the side. See, now it has like moving water in x direction. Okay, next just cache out this simulation, and then we can generate foam particles. So for foam particles we are going to use white water, and in here we don't need this. Okay, I have deleted already. So for foam just come again in the particle fluid section, select white water, select fluid or flip tank, and press enter. Okay, in here we also need this cliff object. So again just go to cliff and again select this upper value, and in white water simulation just select collision, again same select for terrain, select, enter, and again just do the same settings. Like this is we need 100, and we need like concave, and in here I think I have decreased this value to 0.05, and for lifespan I used 2, and I think all the settings are same. So if you simulate this, see now it is generating this foam particles. So it will take time. Okay, now it has generated all the foam particles. See, now you can see it has like very dense foam particles. So if we come here and in this white water import, we're going to render this from this section, this above section. If you go try to render this from bottom, it will take much longer time because it's volume, and volume takes time to render. So again, let me just go for here, and for this let me just turn on this mesh visibility. Okay, so we have this section. Now let me just generate all the other settings for render. Now let me just create one simple dome lighting. And I'm using a very simple HDRI. I think I have used this one. Okay, yeah, I think I have used this one. Okay, now let me just create materials. Okay, let me just go for I think it has this water, and I think I have used this green color water, and just decrease its glossiness and apply this to this water. And for grid, let me just create a simple material, and now we can just check how it is looking. Okay, it's coming, but it's not showing all the proper colors. So for that we need to decrease fog value. Just come to material section, and in this need to decrease this fog multiplier. See, now it is showing. We can go until lower. Okay, next we need white water. So for that, let me just create another material and just increase its diffuse value to white color and apply this to this material. And see, it has like very high particle count, so we can decrease this to just use attribute randomize to control the size of these particles, and use p scale and need one dimension. Now we can like adjust this value. So now if we see, these values are, I think, are very low. It's there but it's not showing, so let's increase a little value. Now you can see all these particle size. See, now it has let me change the position of the sun. Okay, See, if you want like more particle count or more colors, you can always do that. See, it has like all the particles, foam particles, and it's showing properly. And for this back grid object, this one you can use any texture. So let me just use my very material again, and let me just darken this brownish dark color. See, now you can see proper color and foam. And we need one more thing, which is we are going to use our vorticity value which we have generated. That will help in shading this watercolor. So let me just come to this mesh, this object, and in here let me just call this point pop, and let me just import that value, which is vorticity, and let me just use ramp, and just apply these two colors so that you can see in viewport. Okay, now if you go to geometry spreadsheet, here you can find vorticity, this one. Okay, see, now check its value, which is highest value, which is 27 something, and lowest is 0. So I think if you go for fit range and just put these values 0 to I think 30, it will have all these values. And in shader or in material network, I'm using V-Ray, so I'm going to use like what V-Ray need to do. And if you're using other material render, you can generate on that also. So for that I'm using V-Ray material, and we need blend material. And we need two materials, which is this. First is your water material, second is our white material. And we need V-Ray user color, which is we have generated for CD, which is color attribute, and we are going to use this blend weight of second object. Now we are going to apply this to this water shader. So if we go to fluid, and if I apply this blend material, and let me just close this white. Now if I render this. Now you can see these white colors. See, this is coming because of that vorticity. Okay, if you want more or less, you can always increase or decrease these values. So like if you want more, you go to again fluid, pop network, and you can always change fit range. Okay. Like if you want more or if you want less, it's depend upon you. Like if I increase this, see now it has more foamy kind of water. So I think we don't need that much. See, and if you want like more less or more high, you can always go to shader and change settings. So if I go to this, and blend day we have still this blend weight. If you want to decrease further, you can always use this value. Now it will decrease further more. I think one is enough, and with all these foam particles it will look good. See, so this is like your waterfall section, which is one section, and in my scenario I have used copies of this to generate big looking kind of waterfall. So for that you can, if you want more variations, you can always cache out different variations of this waterfall and then just copy this and place to your scene depending upon your scene situation. So let me just go for copy node. I think in my section I have used I think 4 or 5 copies of this. Something like this, and I think I have used bend also. I am not going to use bend here, just copy this node and just add here.